Today we've been talking about Raleigh Union Station. David Eatman, the city transit administrator, is joining us to discuss station operations and future plans. And welcome. It's great to see you. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Moving a train. Sir, that's tough to do, isn't it? I mean, you move the station, you got a new location, it's beautiful. What goes into something like that as far as getting now the trains to run there versus where they were?
Yeah, I think the most challenging thing that's going to occur with that move is that it literally has to happen in 24 hours. So Amtrak will be working with a number of contractors to move its existing operation on Cabarrus Street over to the new station on West Street. And that literally has to happen after the last train departs, somewhere around 10 p.m. at night, and before the first train arrives at the new station around 6 a.m. the next morning. So that will be a busy night in the near future.
Oh, I can imagine. For folks who take Amtrak, and I know there's lots of folks who do, the new station versus the old station, what's it going to be like for them? I'm sure it's going to be quite different.
A completely different experience. Not anything against the old station, it has served its purpose well. Everything reaches a point where it either has to be reinvented or renovated, or you start with something that, in our case, that was old, but is very much brand new. And that's what Union Station is. It will bring a new perspective to train travel and transportation in the city of Raleigh.
The longer platform. I've heard a lot about that. I don't fully understand it, but that's a good thing, I understand.
Oh, that's a great thing.
Why?
The platform itself is really the first level platform in North Carolina for Amtrak service, so that's exciting. Certainly a huge advantage to seniors, persons with disabilities that are boarding the train, but generally just the normal passenger. When you're bringing baggage or carry-ons onto a train, that can be challenging going up and down stairs, but obviously this is level boarding, much like you would experience at rail stations in the Northeast. For those that are familiar with that experience, just much easier.
Well, you know, and a lot of thought I know goes into this kind of thing, and like the old station was designed at a certain time, right? Now there's a science behind this, isn't there, as far as moving passengers, making it convenient and easy and directing them, and I assume that's all taken into account in the new station.
For sure, and in getting back to the platform, you were mentioning the length of the platform. It's about a 900-foot platform that will allow the longest train that Amtrak provides to pull into that station and have direct access to the platform. It also allows us, or the new station itself, along with the platform, will allow us to make sure that trains do not block Cabarrus Street, which can be a challenge with some of the existing traffic. And once we finish the track work associated with the overall project, you'll be able to have two rails of freight as well as two trains in the station at the same time. So you would actually have 4 tracks that could be operational at the same time. So again, just allowing for great passenger connectivity, passenger convenience, but also accommodating future freight as we're a growing area. So freight is also important in the overall rail operations.
Well, and I know, you know, it's all about the passenger getting them there and making it convenient, but it's grander than that, isn't it? Because here you have this new station. You certainly want people to lease space in it. I'm just curious as to, you know, what kind of vision there might be for who might be leasing space in the station.
Yeah, so we talked with Raleigh City Council as we were planning the facility about that, and certainly they, as I think as the rest of the traveling public, and certainly the residents of the warehouse district, and that's growing just tremendously as we speak. But really, you know, something to serve the traveling public, something that you might find at an airport, grab and go, coffee, snacks, light menu, something that the traveling public can use. But we also think that the station can certainly potentially carry a more formal restaurant possibly, or some type of local or regional retail that really highlights the Raleigh or Triangle region or North Carolina in general. Again, just making sure or assisting the traveling public with knowing that this is a special place to be.
Now, I've heard our other guests mention Dillon,
yes,
the spin-off project. What is that?
So the Dillon project is across the street, a 17-story development that was a public-private partnership, the city's first with that particular development. Has a large residential component covering over a city block and a half. And then the facility itself has ground floor retail, and it will have office. A large amount of office, but I think one of the important things is that residential that I just mentioned, that's what can take the Raleigh Union Station and those existing retail spaces within the Dillon and really make a new corner of downtown. The warehouse district will be a thriving place in the very near future with all of that residential and office. The activities won't diminish or stop at 5 p.m. Things will occur well into the evenings, and it'll be an exciting place to be.
Oh, if anybody's been to Raleigh and haven't been in a while, you'd be surprised at what's happening. And this of course, is another spark of life in Raleigh. You must be very excited about this and what's to come. I was going to say, what's the overall goal here? But it seems as though you've kind of ticked them off for me. The impact in that part of Raleigh is pretty big.
Oh, it's huge, and also the station's preparing us for the future. The Wake Transit Plan, we're implementing those efforts now. Commuter rail is in the future, so that will be a big part of that next chapter as well.
Well, congratulations. It's a beautiful building, and I know it's going to only get bigger and better. So
thank you very much.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed today's show. If you have any questions or would like to know more, visit our website at RaleighCW.com and myrdctv.com. I'm Bill LeMay, and thank you for watching Community Matters, and we'll see you next week.